Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Welcome to the channel if you are new. Welcome back if you are subscribed. Thank you for staying subscribed. Today we're going to be doing some organizing and some swatching of paint. I have had this bin of paint that was in my garage because when I moved I kind of parceled out supplies. Things that I use a lot went into my drawers here in my studio. Things that I don't use or didn't have room for, I put into its own little bin that then lived in my garage. Well, I've been slowly cleaning out my garage and integrating stuff back into my studio as I've been clearing out areas of my studio. When I mean clearing out, I mean just like small boxes of things here and there, and more specifically working on a secret closet that is in my studio that I'm trying to clear out so that I can use it for like personal storage and not just crazy studio storage. Anywho, long-winded way of saying I now have this random bin of paint that has just been taking up space, and what I want to do is go through and swatch the colors, see if there's things that I want to use, things that I want to pass on to other people, or if it's just straight up expired and old and it needs to go. So I thought that this would be a fun little video to do together as sort of a organize with me paint bin edition sort of thing. So this is going to be a chatty one. If you want to just put me on in the background while you're working on something, like podcast style, or maybe you're just going to grab a cup of coffee and tea. I've got my big old thing of water over here and we can get to it. So let me show you a little clip of the bin in question that I just sort of filmed because the bin is next to me off camera. It's too big for me to have in this sort of camera arrangement. So let me show you what I mean here. Okay, just to show you guys, this is the bin. This is the random paint that I have taken out of my garage. We are going to go through this together and sort out all the things. I think the random like mediums I have in here are probably long gone. They're probably old at this point. Look, washi tape. But this was stuff that I had separated out into my garage. So what I want to do is go through and swatch this stuff, see if it's still good, and basically merge it into my current paint drawer, which is here. So I like to try to keep this as organized as I can. I like having all of my acrylic paint kind of in one place. I have this one big tube because I always need just a big old tube of black, but yeah, I have plenty of room in here. Really decide what I want to add in here to fill up this space. Actually, this black we could put up here because I have ink and larger tubes in here. So we'll put that in there for right now. And then that gives us even more room for paint here. So yes. Okay, so now you know what my bin situation looks like. It is now off to the side to me now. I have it just next to me on the floor. So I'm just going to grab things out and test as we go. Things that are approved that I think I'm going to use and that is still good, I will integrate into that paint drawer, which you saw. And then obviously things that aren't, we will make that decision from there. Something else that I thought would be fun is that I have my Moleskine art collection, mixed media sketchbook. This is both what I use for art journaling and I use it for random sketchbooking. But I thought it might be fun to just pick a random spread that I already had like a chunk of something in here. This was some coloring that my son did with some random paint. And I thought that might be fun to kind of swatch in this and just see what happens as we keep adding to it. Because I think there's a lot of paint and a lot of crazy colors to go through. So this could end up being like a fun foundation for a future journal spread, or it could just be a really crazy swatch page. I don't know, but that's what's happening there. Let me get my water and a chunky paintbrush out. I don't think I need too big of a brush because most of these bottles are pretty, pretty small. But I've got paintbrush options. We've got paper towels. And let's go ahead and get into it. I will grab a small batch of bottles here that I think will work. Something else you're going to notice is that 90% of this is going to be paper artsy paints. And there's a reason for that. Many, many years ago, Paper Artsy was very kind enough to send me basically their whole line of paints. And I have been living off these paints for years. This paint has also become my favorite acrylic paint of all time. I have said this for years. I have restocked my favorites. I do buy bottles from them. Certain ones that I use all the time. I love like their neutral colors are amazing. They have some blue shades that are amazing, some pinks. Like there are definitely some staples in my paint collection that I absolutely love and that I have, you know, emptied out and have bought new ones. But when they sent me the huge batch of them, you know, I could only fit so much in my studio. So that's just kind of what ended up happening. So 90% of this paint that we're going to be going through is going to be paper artsy paints. This is not sponsored. Again, they gifted me all of their paint years ago. And this stuff, let me tell you, this paint holds up, guys. I still use some of those paint bottles from when they first sent it to me, and they're great. They are amazing. The paint holds up well. They're super pigmented. This is the stuff that's just, it's so great for art journaling. It's so good for art journaling because it dries super, super matte. Their opaque colors are my favorite. I do know that a lot of these are going to be translucent colors, which I typically don't use their translucent paints. But we'll see. Again, that's another reason why I want to swatch them, because I want to swatch them to see, you know, is it something that I would still play with in a mixed media context? I don't know. But their opaque acrylic paints are absolutely amazing for art journaling because they dry. It's a chalk acrylic. Because they dry so matte and it has a certain texture to it, other media grabs onto it so well. It's just like, it's the best. Now I do have a couple of random ones in here, some Craft Smart stuff. This is probably from the mural that I did in my son's room a really long time ago. This video is on YouTube. You can watch that here. And then some random Blick paints as well. But here's a nice little pile to get us started. And let's go ahead and just get into it. We got Toffee, which is a semi-opaque paint. I have clearly used this one. Let's see how it looks. Okay, okay. This might not be... It actually feels a little thick in there. I haven't opened these up in years, you guys. I'm talking like 5 to 6 years. Let's see. Oh, it's not looking too hot. Actually, it's not that bad. I love that I went from it's not looking too hot to, oh, actually. Okay, I would keep this. It's a little haggard on the inside. It's a little chunky, but I would still keep it. This was Toffee, and that's a semi-opaque. It's going in the paint drawer. Okay, we got Captain Peacock. I can already tell I'm going to be burning through my paint water here like crazy. Something else you'll notice is that I always just put my brushes right into my bottles. I'm really too lazy for a palette. I almost never use a palette unless it's maybe ink. Woo! Look at that blue. Holy moly. Holy moly. Yep, this is a keeper. I'm surprised I didn't put this in my drawer in the first place. That's a really nice color. That's a really nice color, actually. Okay, going in the drawer. So far, so good. We're on a good streak here. Bora Bora. I have used this one, which this one might actually be dead because I didn't screw it on all the way. Thanks, Past Bun, for that. Oh, actually, there's not much left in it. Okay, this one might be a goner. It smells okay. Oh, I don't know about this one, guys. It's not looking so good on the inside. Oh yeah, this is a goner. Oh wait. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. It just looks... it just looks a little thick on the inside there. But I think it's going to be okay. Let's also peel off this chunk while we're here. This is going to get messy. I can already tell you that. This is why we have Ugly Matte out today. And I'm also strategically doing this video before I redo my nails. Because I really want to do my nails. I have ideas for some new nail art that I want to do. And I'm like, you know what? I should I should film this paint video first before anything else happens. Oh, I hate paint chunks. Does anybody else feel this way about this? We're gonna clean this up as we go. Okay. Next up we have China, which is an opaque blue. I probably pulled a lot of these out too because I typically don't use this bright of color in my art journaling. But you know, I'm in the midst of a color renaissance currently with my work. Whew, we got a bubble up here at the top. Get back down there. There we go. I'm in a bit of a color renaissance at the moment, so who knows? These might be colors that maybe I would reach for. Pretty. Pretty. Cool. That Bora Bora is drying down really nicely. That's definitely one I would use for sure. By the way, if you hear any snoring, that is Dante behind me. I don't even think I've actually used this one at all. Zesty Zing. This is a whoa! Holy yellow, Batman. Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah, this is brand new. I have never used this. Oh, that's super fun. Let's add some of this around this over here. I like it. See, we're gonna have Dante's snoring is so loud. See, I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with my swatching today. Oh my gosh, what is he snoring about over there? He is sound asleep in his dog bed. Oh, he's dreaming. He's dreaming. Anyways, I'm having fun with swatches today. This is a great way to not feel like you're wasting paint. You might end up with a crazy looking page, who knows? Okay, that Zesty Zing definitely is going into the paint drawer. Up next we have Hey Pesto. This is reminding me of Golden's gold green in the liquid acrylic. Is this a translucent? Yes, this is a translucent. We got another bubble here at the top. It's fine. Oh, we got chunks. Oh, this might need to be shaken a little bit better. Oh boy. Hold on, we got chunks. Oh geez. Oh, I don't know about this one. It's, this one's fighting me a little bit. Very translucent. But it's nice once it goes on. This is what I mean. These paper artsy paints, they survive. They might look haggard in the bottle, but it's like once you get it down. I mean, I'm not kidding you guys. This paint is so old. Look at that. Okay, we got another keeper. We got another keeper. Okay, Pesto. Okay, Pesto. Okay, next up we have Blueberry. This is definitely one that I have not used. It's another translucent color. I also just have to remind myself that the translucents are going to look a little different in the bottle than what I'm used to because I very intentionally took out the opaque paints. That's pretty. See, I might actually use that. Like I'm thinking I have an art journal that I just started that I'm calling my fire journal. I'm documenting it on Patreon. I've been filming the process there. Ooh, look at it on top of this, the China blue color. Oh, that's fun. Okay, all right. I'm embracing the translucent paints a little bit more here. But I could see where I would use that in that new art journal that I started. That could be interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. We got glass blue. It is funny. Past me really curated these blues out of the stash here. Okay, I didn't shake this one up as well. It's pretty though. Maybe I just need to embrace more translucent paints into my process here. Okay, next up we got Autumn Fire. Also a translucent paint. I can definitely confidently say I've never used this one either. I can feel the chunk at the bottom. Ooh, look at that. Let's take a look. I want to put it on top of this brown down here. Whoa, this one's really translucent. Really translucent. Kind of pretty though. Let's see. It's fun on top of this crayon bit I have going over here, because then I can still see like my son's doodles peeking out underneath of it, which is kind of fun. I like this color. Yeah, I like that you can still see the crayon underneath. This was a coloring sheet that we did at a Discovery Center up in Big Bear. And I saved it because I thought it was cute. I like that color. That's cool. I've been gravitating towards oranges a lot lately. Again, I'm in a color renaissance. I don't know what's going on. Okay, that's Autumn Fire. That's a fun one. I dig it. Okay, next up we have Mermaid. This actually, I have bought this a couple of times. This might have been like a restock bottle that I bought, because I definitely use this color. Let's get all this chunk out of here. I could have shaken this one a little bit better. Yeah, I need to shake this one a little bit better. Hold on. Ugh. Ugh. Let's also get the chunk off. There we go. You almost know I've used it because it has chunk, because I use the caps as palettes, which I know is not the most responsible thing to do with your paint, but whatever. This is an opaque paint, but it's just not mixing well for me here. It might just be old because it's actually been open. There we go. A little bit better. It's still not super opaque. I still would keep it though. It's not as opaque as I'd want it to be, but I'm still gonna keep it. Wow, we haven't thrown anything out. It's all going into the drawer. Okay, next up we have Cheesecake. This also seems like a brand new one. Oh wow, this is much more yellow than I thought. Much more yellow than I thought. And this is supposed to be opaque, but you can see even just on the swatch on the bottle, that's nice. These pages here are getting filled in pretty quick, but that's okay. It looks nice next to this other yellow over here. Okay. Okay. I dig it. It's really, really light. Okay. To note, by the way, because I'm sure I'm going to get asked it, Paper Artsy is well, it was originally a UK company, but I think they're now in a different country. I think they're in France or something now. But there are other, if you're in the US, there are other people that sell them. You can get them, there's sellers off Etsy. I've bought them from Etsy. There's other small art companies or art shops, like mom and pop art shops that sell them online. You can find them. And the shipping is a little bit easier. That's probably the way that I would recommend going. Oh, this is a long gone. Look at that. It's like a slug in the bottom of there. Okay, this is a goner. That's going in the trash. Farewell. Okay, I'm pulling out some more, even though actually here, let's finish this one. We got another Blick. We got Blick in Pink Deep. Nope, that's a goner. Not gonna even try. Okay, I have some mediums. I'm gonna pull those off to the side. I'm not gonna deal with that in this video because I don't really use other mediums either. So that might be something that I just pass on to my mom. Again, frosting, glaze. I have glazes, crackle glaze, all that sort of stuff. That's just, I don't use any of that. So it can go to my mom. This really old Jane Davenport matte medium. It's not looking so good in there, so that can go as well. Yeah, it's like they sent me this grunge paste stuff. And I just... Oh, here... 2016. You guys, this is how old this stuff is. It's really old, you guys. I even have like old golden stuff in here. Acrylic ground for pastels, coarse molding paste. I have used these, but again, all this is going to my mom. She can have fun with all this. Grunge paste. Let's get to the paint. Here's that random washi tape roll in here that's not looking so hot, if you ask me. Okay, we're back to paints. We're getting back to paints. We're getting back to paints. Make sure I pull out all the glazes. We got like a metallic that I just pulled out. Ooh, more blues. Let's see if I can fish them all out. We're gonna fish them all out. Oh my god, look at this yellow. Whoa. Okay, let me pull out the rest of these paints and then we're gonna continue on here in just one moment. Okay, so here's what we're working with. This is the last little pile of paint that I pulled out of the bag. So we will carry on here. I also forgot that some of these in here, like this one, I had written that this was from the Seth Apter collection. That was a bunch that I bought myself. Okay, we have chocolate pudding, a semi-opaque. I've definitely used this because you can tell with the paint in the cap. Ooh, nice. This has like a warm maroon undertone to it. Let's start to pile some on top. Ooh, that's a nice brown. Is that semi? Yeah, okay, this is a semi-opaque, which is actually on top of other color. Looks really cool. What the heck? Oh, I like it. Now that we're in like second layer of paint here, I feel like I can get a little wild. with some of my paint strokes a little bit here. Cool. Oh, I like that more than I thought I would. Okay. That's definitely a keeper. Into the paint drawer you go. I'm also going to swap my paper towels here because I got paint chunks galore. Okay. Let's move these out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Okay. Inky Pool. This is another one I've definitely used because you can tell with the cap. This one is a translucent. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. So I know you're not getting like the real swatch because I'm layering it on top of other color, but that's really pretty. Oh, I like that a lot. Let's see. This is on top of the yellow, that cheesecake color. That's fun. Okay. Okay. I'm here for it. Now I'm just adding some shapes here. We're gonna have fun with this. That's a really pretty color. I'm surprised I didn't pull this out into like my main stash. It's really pretty. Okay. Okay. Keeper. What's this color? Oh, we got a metallic. I don't know how I feel about metallics. I'm actually gonna pull the metallics out because I don't really use metallics ever, but this is the 3 that I have. I'm gonna pull them out and put them probably in my go-to mom pile. I don't use metallics because they don't scan well for, you know, making prints or whatever. And I also just think it usually deters a little bit from other things. Okay, this is Beach Hut, and it's a translucent color. Again with the blues, past me just really didn't want any blue paint, I guess. Wow, this is really translucent. I don't know about this one. It's interesting because it does act like a stain a little bit. These really translucent ones, which is kind of interesting. It's really translucent. I don't know if I would keep this, to be honest. Okay, this is one I'm going to pass along. Like, it's okay, but I just know the color and just how translucent it is. Just looking at this little leaf here, I don't think this is something that I would be using. So that's going to go in my pass along pile. Let's take a look at this one. This is not looking good. Oh, it's not looking good. Okay, this is a goner. That's a goner. That's a goner. Okay, let's just look at these other off-brand ones. These were ones that were from either the mural or just random old ones that I've had. Oh, so, ooh. Ooh, let's give that a better shake. Oh, listen to it. Oh, that's not good. You hear that sound? That's dead paint. It's not looking good. It's a really pretty color. Oh, she's chonky in here. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Oh, still good. Is it still good? Yeah. Okay. It's good. It's all good. Saved by a shake of the bottle. Yeah, I think we're all good here. Okay. We'll keep it. You've lived another day. My little paint drawer is getting pretty full down here, not gonna lie. We're getting a little maxed out. Let's see. Ugh. Okay, I'm clearing out my paint drawer and I'm taking out the Target paints that I had in the far back. You guys, don't buy these. Like, pro tip, do not buy these. I know it's tempting because of how pretty the colors are. They are absolute trash. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Bougainvillea. This is a semi-opaque. I don't think I've used this one. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh. Oh my gosh, how was this not in my paint drawer? Are you kidding me? This color is beautiful. But see, maybe what I needed was to experience my color renaissance that I'm having to fully appreciate these colors here. Wow. That is delightful. Oh my gosh. This color is beautiful. On top of everything else we have going on here too. What fun. Wow. That is really pretty. Okay. Look at what we're creating here. Just out of like swatches. It's kind of wild. It's pretty wild. Okay. Next up we have Caribbean Sea. This is an opaque one. It's very bright blue. Holy moly. It's definitely one I have not used. I probably should change my paint water, but ain't nobody got time for that. Let's see. Woo! That's blue. This is giving me like Tiffany blue vibes. For sure. For sure. Let's give it another little go. Fill in some blank space up here. I kind of want to do some like drippy drips. Let's get a big brush and do some drippy drips. Like some big blobs. Just for fun. What's really pretty against this, the bright yellow and the green. This color's great. Wow. Wow. I'm applying it a little bit thick just to really get the color payoff in here. We're gonna keep going with these. Let's see. Right now, you might not be able to see it on camera, but I'm painting over a dried piece of dog hair that got stuck into this paint. So that happened. That's a thing. I love this combination here. Like that Bougainvillea color. Wow. I don't know how that has just been living in my garage for as long as it has. Okay, then I'm just going to take, I have extra paint on my brush. I'm going to dip it in my water and just do some little splattery splats. There we go. Okay. We still got a lot of colors to go here. Let's go. Next up, we have Yellow Submarine, which is a translucent color. Let's take a look. I'm kind of switching into smaller brushes now just to see what other kind of shapes I can make. Wow, this is translucent, but it's pretty bright though. Like even just in areas over here, like you do still get the color payoff. And this is where I would probably use it to like saturate other areas, like in here. On top of that cheesecake color. Did this just become an art journal with me video? This may have just become an art journal with me video, guys. I did not anticipate. I did not anticipate this. This color's awesome. See, I don't think past me was using a lot of really dark colors, and I had just a more moody aesthetic, I think, when it came to my art journaling and just even like my illustrations. And now I've been using color like crazy, and I've been really using a lot of gouache. Just because I want, like, I have just been craving that color payoff. Oh, this is a fun color. What the heck? We'll add a little bit over here. Just some little patches. Like we're staining a little bit. This is what makes art journaling so fun, by the way, is that it's just so carefree. I mean, like, I'm really not putting a whole lot of thought into this, and like we've managed to put together something pretty cool with just playing. Like, this literally just started off as like, let's just swatch and clean out my paint and see what happens. And that's a really great way to approach like chill, casual art journaling. I'm just filling in nooks and crannies now at this point. Ooh, this yellow on top of that orange color? Whoa! That's a thing. Wow. I guess the fun part about these translucent paints is that they're very buildable. So you can come in with an area, kind of layer it up, and then just let it dry. And then come back in and you can just build up more color. I think that's the thing here. Fun! Okay, what's next? That's a good one. Yellow Submarine. Hello. Okay, we've got Limelight. Let's keep it going with the bright colors here. Oh, look at this green. Oh my god. Is this like the Linda Blair green of my dreams? Yes, but it's very translucent. It's very translucent. Interesting. Huh. Very translucent. Let's see. You can still kind of play with it a little bit. Let me bring you guys in a little bit closer. This is a really pretty color. It is very translucent though. But I would imagine, much like that submarine yellow, it's going to be really buildable. And even just putting it into like little pockets of areas could be kind of fun. Yeah, this is a keeper too. This is a keeper. Wow, I really have not thrown out that much stuff. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's see. South Pacific. Oh, this one's feeling a little chunky. It's a little bit chunky. Oh, it's still good. Still good. This is also a translucent color. Maybe we'll come back in and kind of reinforce these darker areas that we once had. Ooh, it is very translucent. Dante is back to snoring again. It still layers nicely though. Like even on top of all these paint colors we have here. It is still, it's still layering nicely. We might even be able, I was gonna say we could use this to accent the little raindrops too, but I see more blues in our paint pile over here, so I'm gonna kind of wait, see if I can use some of those. Wild. We'll put a little blob over here. I also think this, that green that I just used could also be pretty on top of this. Yeah, I think you just have to approach these translucent paints as buildable color. That's the best way to go about it, I think. We definitely have a lot of color happening. A lot of color. Okay, that's a fun one. That's definitely a keep. We got a lot of yellows coming back up again in what's left of our little pile. Let's do this one. Is this the wine? Yeah, this is wine. I've used this one a lot. I think uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, it's a goner. If I can't open it, it ain't happening. Okay, we've got a, you know it's old when it's in Utrecht and it's not Blick because they got bought out by Blick. This is what I used to get as a, I used to get these as a golden fluid acrylic dupe. And I know these are pretty. This is probably just, also I used to buy extra paints too for when I would teach workshops. In-person workshops, so that's probably what this is from. Did I mark the cap? I sometimes used to mark the caps so that people wouldn't steal my paint when I would teach. Yeah, I already know this color is pretty. This is a dupe to, well, they don't make this anymore. Maybe Blick still makes fluid acrylics. I don't know. If they did, this was the dupe to the Quin Magenta that Golden makes. This is a nice little accent to that Bougainvillea, or Bougainvillea, sorry, that Bougainvillea purple we had going on earlier. Pretty. Maybe we'll add some little boobops down here. Okay, and we're back. My camera literally overheated because we've been rolling for so long here. So we are back at it with a cooled down camera. I was just adding some bippity boops here with this fluid acrylic paint. This color is really fun. And I'm glad that I've moved into a smaller brush now because now I can really just get in here and add all these little details. I don't know. Got some interesting colors up ahead. We'll see how that shakes out, but for right now, I'm just adding some fun little textures in here. I don't want to do too many because I still have quite the stash of paint in front of me. Maybe this would just be a fun challenge of like grab a random pile of paint out of your drawer or out of your wherever you put your paints and just go with just like a handful of paint and see what happens. It's kind of wild. Okay, next up we got Terracotta. This is a translucent. I've definitely discovered some fun new paints. I feel like I've refreshed my paint drawer without really even having to buy anything new. Let's see. I kind of want, ooh, this is nice. Okay, this is what, okay, this is Terracotta, but it's giving me some yellow ochre vibes for sure. Let's actually get this little corner. This little corner down here needs some love. Just warm it up a little bit. This is a nice color. It's very much like a yellow ochre. Let's see how it layers on top of this green. If you come in pretty heavy-handed with it, then you can see it. It's better on top of lighter colors, it looks like. Just using it to hug some of these shapes in here. I tell you what though, after adding all this in, I'm ready to add like oil pastel in this thing. Get some more texture up in here. I really like the purple and stuff going on over here, so I'm trying not to cover any of that up. But we can go over this area over here a little bit. Get a little bit of a blur going here. That's kind of cool. Oh, it's getting wild. We're getting wild, guys. I'll drag some of this over here because I got like blended colors happening. I'm just picking some of this up with my brush that's very wet. And get some little drippies in here. Okay, that's also a good one. Okay, we got some blues up ahead. Let's see what we can do with this. We've got Smurf, which is looking to be very opaque. I definitely have not used this. I'm giving it a little stir in the bottle. That's looking very Smurfy. My association to Smurfs is very interesting. It's not to the TV show, but rather high school. We used to have color wars, or it was called class comp in high school, and each grade level had its own color. And my particular color was blue, and you had that color all 4 years in high school. So you got it when you came in as a freshman, and you stayed that color your whole time. Well, when you came in freshman year, your class would vote on what your color, team name was going to be, and you were stuck with that for 4 years. Well, my class voted to be the Blue Smurfs. So I was a Blue Smurf for our little class competition for 4 years. At the same time, there was like the yellow bananas. I got to see the yellow color recycle actually. So when I first entered, it was the yellow. They were the yellow kazoos, and then they turned into the yellow bananas, I think. There was like the red hot chili peppers. There was purple. Anywho, now when I think or hear of Smurfs, that is what I associate with. This color is lovely, by the way. Once it's properly mixed in the tube, or in the bottle rather, it actually has it's giving me a little bit more periwinkle vibes than like true Smurf vibes. So it's really, really pretty. I'm liking it. And it's definitely opaque because look at how well it's going over on top of all this stuff we have going on here. So I'm using that opportunity to go on top of some of this chaos and just add a few more of these little raindrop blobs things. I'm trying to get some smaller ones in there. I think we need one big one down here. Yeah. Yeah, this is a great color. I think we need like a little butt of one up here. You know what I mean? Like the little bottom part. Maybe right here too. Okay. Do we need a little one right there? This is when I try not to, it's very easy for me to go overboard. Adding in stuff like this. Okay. Another blue here. Southern Skies. Let's take a look at this. It's sounding a little chunky. This is a translucent color. Let's see. Oh, it's very translucent. Very translucent. Oh, it's not looking too hot here, guys. This might be a goner. Yeah, because I'm getting a lot of separation. Okay, that might be a goner. That one's just not doing well. Okay, next up we have, oh wait, we already used banana. Didn't we use banana already? I thought we did. Do I have 2 bananas? I thought we used banana already, but it's here, so I'll just add a tiny bit more. Maybe I'm getting it confused with Yellow Submarine. But I'm here, so I might as well add in a little bit more. Is this one? This is a translucent. Wow, it's yeah, I think this is the same one that I was like, wow, it's got great payoff. I'm pretty sure. I also just might be losing my mind at this point. I don't know. It's a complete toss-up. Okay. We've got 2 more yellows. Let's check these out. We got Pumpkin Soup and Haystack. Haystack is an opaque one. Let's get a load of this. I think this little corner down here needs some love. Let's see. Well, it's opaque. I can confirm it is opaque. I'll add a little bit here. Just gonna fill in some space. I still have some white page along the edge here. Maybe we could use some of this to outline some of this a little bit. I like this little accidental blob there. We're just gonna let that, chill. Brush is a little too wet. It looks nice against the purple here. It's giving a nice little contrast. You can tell I'm getting into the zone because I'm not talking as much. I'm very focused on this. Let's get some good blobby blobs in here. So I like to do this sometimes where I'll just hug other colors of paint and use that as kind of like the space to fill things in. It's a good way to kind of create like random blocks of color and pattern without really thinking too hard. I'll just find a little shape and paint into it. So this color is working out really nicely as just a way to fill in some little spots, just creating like abstract little shapes, but it's sitting on top of the other colors really nicely. So I'm just kind of using that to just fill in little gaps here and there. Just unique little blobs that could be fun to kind of outline or do something later with. Just filling in random space. And coming back and painting over even too to like really make sure it's a nice little opaque chunk that I'm adding in. Okay. All right, we're down to our last few little colors here. That was a fun one. We got pumpkin soup, which is translucent. And maybe we can kind of add it on top of what we just did. This is looking very yellow ochre. But again, it's translucent, so it just kind of deepens up the color that's already there. Which is nice. Just adding it into little pockets here and there. Oh yeah, it looks nice on top of this other color. I don't know if you can see that. It looks nice. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add it on top as just like a little extra swipe of color. It's giving me very like butterfly pollination vibes happening up here. Let's do a bigger blob up here because I really like it on top of this green and banana yellow I already had going on. And maybe some more over here. It's looking nice on top of this green. It's a little hard to see on camera, but it's just like deepening it up a little bit, which is nice. Let's see what happens when we do a little swipes across. Okay, our last two colors are like burgundy mahogany looking colors. Oh, copper. Okay, we're not doing metallics, so that can see you later. Our last one is this mahogany. Let's see what we want to do with this. I feel like our raindrops need a little bit of an outline. Let's see if this will do the trick. Oh, it's very translucent. Whoop. Even though it says it's a semi-opaque. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can create a nice little drop shadow on these guys, I think. Maybe we can use this to create a drop shadow for the flowers too, maybe? That could be kind of cool. Or I just let them be, because I guess they're the only thing with black in this whole spread here. The planes are really loud today, sorry. Although I have nothing to apologize for. I can't help it. I live next to an airport. Yeah, so that's creating a really nice little drop shadow for our little raindrops. Which is pretty cool. I dig it. Cool. Wow. Okay. Well, this is what came out of our little paint blob, paint swatching session here. I'm just adding a little bit more to create a little bit of like a border. I could see myself definitely coming in and adding like some oil pastels, or coming in with like a China marker or something and just kind of outlining things. I think could be a lot of fun. But it's definitely a really great, just random little spread that just came about from swatching paint. I mean, who knew? So maybe that's your challenge, is clean out some paint in your studio and try to create something with it as you go. All of those paints did fit into my paint drawer perfectly, by the way. So yeah, maybe that's the challenge, is try to create something using random paint out of your paint drawer, or maybe you need to clean out some paint or swatch some new paint and just see what happens. This is pretty wild. I wasn't anticipating it to turn into a whole thing here, but I guess it did. It turned into an art journal with me video, and I didn't even see it coming. Anywho, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, this very long, real-time, chatty video. And thanks for helping me clean out my paint out of my garage. I'm excited to now have some fresh colors to incorporate into my paint drawer and to future journal spreads or mixed media work. It's very exciting. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far to the end, I know this is a big one, so thank you for watching. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos. I put out at least one video a week here on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!